Hi, everybody. The Senate is back in session this week. And if you're just tuning in to our series on why Todd Blanche is wrong for America series, this is actually part 4. Todd Blanche's confirmation hearing starts on Wednesday, and it will last for 2 days. The Senate Judiciary Committee will be hearing this on July 15th and 16th. Before this goes to the full Senate, it has to clear that committee. All 12 Republicans on the Senate Judiciary have to vote yes to advance it. A single no vote in committee will kill it before it ever reaches the floor. 2 of those 12 are not running for re-election: Thom Tillis and John Cornyn. Tillis has set a red line. His words exactly were that they had better not have said for 1 minute that the people who beat up police officers were righteous people. You come even close to saying that, and you don't have a chance of getting my vote. Well, Todd Blanche hasn't said those words, but he did move to vacate the seditious conspiracy conviction of Stewart Rhodes, the Oath Keepers leader convicted for his role in January 6th. That's an action, not a statement, but it's demonstrably worse than the words that Tillis warned against. Whether that crosses the Tillis line is exactly what senators should be asking him this week. If Thom Tillis is your senator, call him about this. John Cornyn has said plainly that the Attorney General is not the president's lawyer, and he wants commitment on that before he votes. A third committee Republican is also undecided. Josh Hawley has said he had questions about whether Blanche would settle lawsuits over mifepristone before he'll commit to advancing the nomination. If Blanche clears committee, the fight moves to the floor, where he can only afford to lose 3 Republican votes total. That's where Bill Cassidy comes in. Cassidy is retiring, part of what's being called the You Only Lose Once caucus. Senators with less left to lose by breaking from Trump. Cassidy said he needs to be convinced that Blanche is the Attorney General who used to be Trump's lawyer, not the president's lawyer who happens to hold the title of Attorney General. He won't get there on his own. He needs to hear it from his constituents. If Bill Cassidy is your senator, call him this week. The $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund that was never authorized by Congress. That is not a partisan complaint. That is the executive branch spending money the legislative branch never approved. The opposition to this nomination is not one letter or one Senate candidate fighting his nomination. It is stacking up from every direction, including from the right. The National Review published an editorial titled "No to Todd Blanche for Attorney General." The Society for the Rule of Law Institute, founded by lawyers who served in Republican administrations, formally opposed him. 101 formal federal judges filed a state bar ethics complaint against him. More than 1,200 former Department of Justice employees signed a letter asking the Senate to reject him. One correction on the fund, though. Blanche told Congress's DOJ would not move forward with it, but he refused to put that in writing. A federal court then ordered the DOJ to stop pursuing him. The DOJ complied with that order. That is different from defying it, and the distinction that matters here is what has not changed. The fund was never killed on paper. It was only stopped by a judge. If Todd Blanche was allowed to move forward with this, he would have, and that is a cause for concern. This hearing is the last real check that the Senate has. Call Tillis, call Cornyn, call Hawley, and call Cassidy. The number is 202-224-3121. Tell your senators to vote no on Todd Blanche for Attorney General. I'm calling on both Democrats and Republicans to reject the nomination of Todd Blanche for United States Attorney General. This guy is bad for America, and he will lead us down a path of destruction of our Constitution. Vote no on Todd Blanche.